Hey guys, this is Bradley Benner with Lead Gadget in the ATM. It is July 21st, 2016. Sorry for the delay. I was rendering a video, and that's very hard on the computer. Excuse me. So I knew I didn't want to start the Hangout with it rendering a video because it would probably be choppy if I did. So anyways, I'm here. If you guys have any questions, and I'm not seeing any on the events page, and I really don't have any updates for you. We're ready for the rollout of the new updates. It should be at any moment. There's been some new features added already, but we're looking for the new interface, and I know that's going to be any day now. It's been way overdue because of all the additional work that had to be put in. One of my partners, Marco, has been working on it with Don and Brian, and they've just been really working a lot of hours trying to get this prepared. And so I'm kind of excited for it to come out once the new updates or the new interface is available. I'm going to start redoing the training for how to train virtual assistants to build ATM sites. And so that'll probably take me about 4 to 6 weeks to get that training complete. And then we're going to make that available for you guys to purchase. So I'm looking forward to that. Other than that, I really don't have any updates for you at the moment. So I was hoping there'd be some questions. I'm not seeing any. If you guys are attending and you want to ask questions, do it now, because if not, I'm going to wrap it up. I've got way too much to do to stand here and talk to a screen. So please feel free to ask some questions. Other than that, I can tell you guys I've been doing a lot of the buying expired domains, and I'm having some decent success with them, but not as much as I had hoped. I'm having trouble getting sites indexed, and not all of them, but just some of them. It's been just kind of a pain in the ass, and things are indexing slower than they used to. And I'm not sure why. It could be domain specific stuff. But we're building so many damn sites. We're hoping that, even if only a portion of them get indexed, they'll generate the traffic required to generate some revenue. So Terry, okay, Terry's got a question. Thank you, Terry. Thank you. Let me go ahead and grab the screen so you guys can see what I'm seeing. Let's make sure. I'm not sure if you can see that or not. I'm going to have to work on that. Let's do the whole screen. Give me 1 second. Okay. Does your outsourcing course cover your entire ATM build? Yes. Well, it depends on which one you're talking about, Terry. The outsourcing course that is available right now has nothing to do with ATM and Lead Gadget. It's just it's how to outsource, how to hire, train, and manage outsourcers. But it's not specific to the ATM and Lead Gadget. That is a separate product that I'm going to develop specifically for Lead Gadget and the ATM, and that's going to be how to hire and train and manage ATM builders. And that, so that you can outsource your ATM builds, but that's going to be a very specific training, right? So the one that's out right now that one of my company's Mastery PR released is called Outsource Kingpin. That is not specific to the ATM. It's just more general on how to hire and train and manage virtual assistants. Still an awesome course, because there's no sense in waiting on me to come out with that other course. If you're ready to start outsourcing now, which every one of you should be, in my opinion, because you can pay somebody, $3 or $4 an hour to build these sites for you, which is going to, your time is certainly worth more than that, no matter who you are, in my opinion. You know what I mean? And it's just, I'm not saying that those other people, my outsourcers in the Philippines, so I pay them a good wage to build, right? And so, and that way I don't have to do it. Because if it was up to me to have to build the sites, they wouldn't get built. So, because I just got too many other projects I'm working on, so that's the part of the reason I started hiring virtual assistants to build the sites, because I knew if the only way to get it done was to have somebody else do it, because it certainly wasn't going to be me. I don't have the time. And in fact, I would probably suggest to a lot of you that aren't building as many sites as you could, if you got out of the way and let someone else do it, you'd probably get out, build your business a lot quicker. And so that's just, my 2 cents on it. Anything that you don't like to do, or that you're not very good at, or that you don't have the time for, whatever, you should be outsourcing. And there's very specific ways on how to hire, train, and manage outsourcers, and that's what the Outsource Kingpin training was about. That said, when I do produce the ATM outsourcer training, that will be available as well. That will be a separate purchase, guys, because I'm going to put a lot of work into it. But it's not going to be crazy or anything like that. So I would either go ahead and pick up Outsource Kingpin and start developing your own outsourcers, or just wait until the other training comes out. Either way, I think it's still good. My.coms are only indexing the main domain and one subdomain, though they have 3, I guess, subdomains. Are you seeing this too? 3 SBS. I'm not sure what SBS is. Ian, thanks for the question, by the way. Yeah, see, that's kind of the issue that I'm having, is we're building on expired domains. And so we build on the root, and then we also are adding 3 subdomains per site. So we're doing a total of 4 sites per domain. And that's kind of the problem I'm having, is the roots are indexing, but the subdomains aren't, or they're just really slow to index. And we keep trying to force it too. So we keep manually submitting the subdomain URLs to the Search Console. So you do a direct indexing to Google, and then we're submitting the sitemap the URLs from the sitemaps. So we scrape those and then submit those to the Express indexer, and we're just having a lot of trouble getting some of them to index, which is it's just weird. I'm not used to seeing that. So subs, okay, I see what you're saying. Thanks, Ian. So yeah, that's kind of the trouble that we're having. I mean, oh well, just keep building more sites. I think some of them are they'll index. They're just indexing really slow. And of course, we're all impatient, right? We want results quicker than later, sooner than later. So, but yeah, I'm seeing the same thing. And for those of you that aren't aware, let me pull up. Excuse me. Let me pull up this URL submitter real quick. This is if you have to be logged into a Google account in order to do this, because this is basically injecting a URL directly to Google to index, and it works. For the most part, it works really well. Like, for example, like you can index tweets and stuff like that, believe it or not. You just grab the tweet URL and submit it here, and usually within about 10 minutes, your tweet will be in the index, which I think is pretty interesting. You can do some pretty ninja SEO stuff with that. But I'm just saying this is called the Search Console crawl URL or submit URL. I'm going to drop this link on the page. I wouldn't spam that, guys, but what you can do is just, whenever you have stuff that is just not indexing naturally, or using the promote button or whatever, is come over here and try to force it this way. And oftentimes it works quickly. Like I said, I've seen some of them aren't working as well as it had been, but it's pretty easy. And if you don't bookmark that link, which you should, just go to Google and type in submit URL. Submit URL to Google, and it'll be the first link up here at the top. Okay. And that's it. So that's what I've been doing. What I try to do is get this, subdomains, any site that we build. I tell my builders to hit the promote button first, and then leave it alone for a few days, and then come back and check on it and see if the domain has started to index on its own. And then we don't need to submit it to here. Okay. But if they come back after like 3 days or 5 days or whatever, and they check on the domain and after hitting the promote button and it's not indexing at all, like there's no indexed results, then I tell them to go submit it manually here, and then wait again for another 3 to 5 days. And when they come back, if it's indexed at that point, even if it's just the homepage URL that's indexed, then we have them start submitting the sitemap URLs again through Express Indexer. And that way, and then generally from there, it just slowly starts to index. And that's typically how it happens. But we've had some that just like, like when, I think it was Ian that mentioned it. Let's see. Yeah, it's .coms that, or the root domains are usually the ones that get indexed and in one sub, but the rest of them are having difficulty. So it might be something that we just have to start doing, is just one subdomain. I don't know. It's going to take some more testing. It's too early, too premature to be able to make a definitive decision yet. So, but that's about it. Other than that, looks like you're welcome, Terry. That's that, like I said, guys, don't spam that tool. Just, submit it once and then wait. Give it 24 hours at least before going back and checking again. Sometimes you can submit something and within 10 minutes it's indexed. No kidding. But what I would typically do, like I said, is I'll just have them submit the batch of URLs that haven't been indexed. They just start with the promote button, then they'll go check it again in 3 to 5 days. They just set themselves calendar reminders, and then they'll go check. And if anything that's not indexes, they'll go submit it individually like that. So, okay. Any other questions, guys? So if not, since there wasn't a lot of updates, we'll wrap it up. You guys can all go build some more sites. I've got plenty of work to do too. So, all right. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up then, guys. We'll be back next week. And hopefully next week we'll have the new interface. It's going to be kind of fun talking about it once it's available. So we'll see. I'm definitely not pushing those guys. I'd rather it come out and be right than have it come out and have bugs and stuff that's going to slow us down. You know what I mean? So, all right. Well, thanks for being here, Terry and Ian. I appreciate you guys posting a couple questions and giving me something to talk about. It wasn't a total loss, right? We'll see you guys next week. Go build some sites.